we have been on this level for about 2 hours. We just experienced a disconnection. I will probably run through this attempt, but then I'll exit the level to see if the Wii U is still properly connected, so we can see if we can properly get the clear. And if not, we might have to abort, because we previously had some reconnection issues with a similar situation like this on, I think, Waryutso's levels a few weeks ago. But we'll try to make the best out of this attempt to at least get a reasonable clear. I mean, you've all seen this level at this point many, many times. You didn't miss anything special. I don't know exactly where we lost the thread of conversation, that's the only thing. I know we were talking about the... Oh, never mind. Fire level that Dipashad Visser mentioned with the code a little while ago. So I'm going to try to continue if possible, but let's make sure that we still have the Wii U up and running. Because otherwise it might be just inconvenient enough that we'll continue next time instead. Which is too bad, because we've had such a good conversation here and a great audience tonight. So yeah, we'll just try to load back into it and see if it kicks me or anything. And if it works, it works. Okay, we're back in. For real. Yeah, like I said, we're not past checkpoints or anything, so... completely fine to dive back into this way. Again, it was my intention to finish the rest of this profile today. I mean to stick with that if I can, but it will depend, of course, on how badly we do with the rest of this one, especially after that interruption. So anyway, welcome back anybody who was able to stay. And yeah, just enough positional variance on this every time as we've been experiencing for the past 2 hours. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's been happening surprisingly often lately. I think it's partly a function of the hours at which I stream, I think, where maybe from usage statistics, people on the ISP side think it's safe to pull a few plugs and do some unexpected maintenance. But I don't know. This is... It's actually better if I have some conversation. I know I've been saying that I've had a lot of looking at chat devs, but from my experience with playing long puzzles in particular, that the conversation actually keeps my mind active. And you know, it's very easy to fall into this trap where you'd think that maybe fewer messages from the viewers would be less distraction from the clear, but no, it's not really the case, because like there's a bit more of the monotony and fatigue that can begin to set in if you don't have something to really keep your head on straight. So yeah, and I've really enjoyed the conversation on the stream today. It's been really lively throughout, even though the level itself has not been as cooperative. We'll push through it. As long as I'm not called away on any kind of emergency, which did happen a few times last week when we were playing David Pinkston's levels. You're looking forward to huge Maker 1 puzzles. Oh, which ones are you talking about? Because I wonder if it's something I know. Oh, I wonder... Oh, if you're doing pen and paper escape rooms, the ones that I did in Maker 1 actually didn't take me very long. Maker 2, however, had a couple of escape rooms that took me like maybe 3 hours at a time or something, and there are a few that I can recommend if you haven't played them already. If you like pen and paper escape room puzzles, there are some in Maker 2 that are very, very good. In Maker 1, I've only played a couple of them by Pink Birdo, and they were actually... I mean, I guess I was kind of familiar with the format and I knew what to expect, but I did not find them to be too challenging. Yeah, perplexing puzzles. I've played 2 of those. The pen and paper one, called Pen and Paper Pyramid, is the one by Pink Birdo. That is one of the ones I'm thinking of. The one that is really gigantic as a mega puzzle is not a pen and paper puzzle, but it is like a level scale logic puzzle by John or Tetratarix, who made the Plumber in the Walls and the big, you know, Yoshi level and Lord of the Rings level and so on in Maker 2 YMMs. So he made a giant mega puzzle called The Return of Ichigo Mole, and that was his contribution to perplexing puzzles. It was actually the sequel to another mole puzzle level that we played on stream last month. And so I played that one 2 years ago, I want to say, and yeah, it's the level that he's kind of proudest of, is his capstone puzzle. And I think it took me probably maybe a total of 5 hours or so over 2 sessions, with a little bit of like off-stream thinking in between. And it's very, very good. It's a highly memorable experience. But if you're looking at the Perplexing Puzzles page, that's one of the ones that you should budget time for. Yeah, as far as the Maker 2 escape rooms go, we've played some that are really pretty interesting. I don't know if you've ever played the 5 escape room series by Tempest Funk that he made back in 2020, I want to say. But that's actually one of my most memorable Maker 2 experiences to date. So it's a series of 5 pen and paper cryptic escape rooms that... I don't want to spoil too much about them, actually, because they are way out of the box in some ways. Like, way, way out of the box. I mean, it's still approachable, but, you know, you'll be playing Mario Maker a little differently than you're used to. Let's just say that. I'll get you the codes for that one, because like they are severely underrated. I think they didn't have many clears on them, apart from maybe 1 or 2 of them that blew up in Korea a bit. And yeah, in the stream in the past before, we've featured a lot of escape rooms by Captain Redbeard, who kind of specializes in word puzzle levels in some way, where, you know, like with each level you actually have to put together a series of word clues that you have to solve, and then they're practically like crossword puzzle levels in some ways, where you solve the cryptic clues, and then the cryptic clues give you the key to the exit. But the cryptic clues in this case are not so much about decipherment, they're more about like filling in words that you know are going to be of a certain length. And yeah, I'll drop you a message with some codes at some point, but not necessarily after this stream, because I don't know if I'll stay on long enough to dig things up, but I'll definitely pop into Maker 2 later and grab some escape rooms for you, because Yeah, we've definitely seen a pretty interesting selection of them. And here we go. But yeah, I don't know if you remember the minibar Tetris level from, I think it was 4YMM, where you kind of had to decode like rooms that were themed after the different Tetris pieces, and then it would be this like little Tetris boss at the end. But with a lot of the kind of cryptic escape room style, that's the kind of pen and paper interaction that you can expect in some ways, at various levels of complexity. Yeah, the Tetris one sounds familiar. If you played 4YMM, you would have played it. It was a pretty significant entry in that set. And there we go. "4 years of your levels, the memory gets jumbled." Oh yeah, of course. It is interesting what you do retain over time, though, I think, when it comes to playing so much Mario Maker. In some ways, I feel like my record keeping should have been a lot better. But anyway, I'm gonna ride this over slowly. Steadily back in the saddle. Okay, let's pop this. Whoop. Oh, wow. What an awful jump. Just as simple as possible jump, and it's completely overshot. That's okay, we've made every kind of mistake at this point. So yeah, previously, like, these columns that are coming up in just a moment here, this one and the next one after that, that's the furthest we've made it on the way back, is this one here. On the way over, you can sneak under. I think on the way back, that might no longer be possible. Just given a minor fluctuation in height. We have to read this better when I don't have the space. And yeah, as far as escape rooms go, like I think a lot of them are designed with backseating in mind. I tended to do them solo as much as I could. I actually remember in one instance Mang helping me specifically, in fact, with looking up the title of a song that I recognized, but which I just couldn't place the name of. Because looking up a song title was actually relevant to one of the puzzles I was thinking of. One of the Redbeard ones, in fact. But yeah, you'll definitely get through them a lot faster with a bit of backseat assistance. And you know, if it's something that I've solved before, be very interested in spectating, even if I can't offer hints. Because in some cases I solved many of these years ago and wouldn't remember the specifics anyhow. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, there we go. After a while, all the different possible mistakes in a level like this just blend in with each other. Well, I underestimated, that's for sure. Should be pretty interesting to see what other people's brains do. Well, I mean, there's neurosurgery for that. I feel like there's a lot of ample room for more cognitive research on how people parse things like platformers. I talk a lot about how interesting it would be to have, you know, Mario Maker streams that have eye tracking, where you have some kind of visual indication of where, like a heat map of where people are actually looking while playing a level. But not just the eye tracking, but, you know, also just, you know, get a Kaizo player plugged into an fMRI or something. Let's see what's going on. Like when people run heart rate monitors and a lot of biometrics and RTS games and the like. Just as part of the spectator experience, you know. To really track what's going on physically as well as mentally. Okay. Got a good pattern on that blade this time. Let's see if that will likewise be the case for this one. I am not counting on it. There we go. This is looking reasonably promising. Oh, wow. That did not leave me a lot of space to work with that time. Best attempt in a while. Oh, Zucchini has an eye tracker he used on it once. Yeah, I didn't know that he did. I used to see Zucchini around much more actively, I think. But I don't know if it's just a change in the hours when I am able to check Twitch or whatever, but people do come and go. Yeah, I've died on that specific segment a couple times now, where it's difficult to get a read on what the safety margin will be. And we had such a good pattern at the time with the circular ones, too. Where the circular ones at that time was a pair of tracks that was very readable for once. Whoops. Yeah, very deceptively simple, just long, and prone to disaster. This level here. See, it feels very much within my ability to conquer it. I just need to put in the attempts. Oh, that was very close. Very close shave. Yeah, so it's this bit here on the way back that's what's getting me into trouble. Anyway. Oh, that's gonna be close. There we go. Anyway, let's keep on going. Oh, no. That was an awful slip. That was just completely needless. Everything was looking so well, too. Alright. Yeah, you never know what's going to be the problem on a given attempt. I mean, that's just partly my own lack of consistency, but we will hopefully see it through. Like I said, you know, it does occasionally turn out to be the case that I have to dip off for something urgent, but this level will hopefully endure that today. I was looking at the level list today and I was very confidently expecting to close out this set, but roadblocks do happen. And occasionally I've dropped some levels in this series when it was clearly something that was outside my capability, like some of the kinds of levels that we saw in previous profiles we've covered. But the thing is, this level is evidently within my ability, and that's the thing that just feeds the sunk cost fallacy. It keeps us on the grind. Yeah, so on the way back, that's going to be a concern, that whole segment there. We'll see if we can do it any better. Yeah, this has been the lengthiest grind in quite a few profiles of the ones we've been looking at. That's okay, we'll occasionally run into such obstacles. It just makes me glad that I'm doing the set now and not leaving it to the last minute when the game's about to go down in April. Everything already feels kind of last minute with Maker 1, to be honest. Where at this point it's very clear I'll only see a fraction of what I want to. But we've been hitting a lot of essentials, seeing a lot of great stuff, including many levels that are woefully underplayed. Alright, let's drop another one. And back we go. Making it to this half at least. Yeah. We'll just hope for a good positioning on the circular bit. Never tell if it's going to happen. Will we? Gotta decide now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Yeah, I actually had enough room to maybe dash across there and survive on the left edge. I find that timing extremely difficult to read. Because you have to read it early enough that you can make a very definitive decision about whether to go over or under, and just never know. Oh, no. Slipping up a bit here. And of course, I'm assuming that we'll have a smooth ride up to the top at the end here. It's not a given by any means. Given that we just, you know, haven't even done that yet. Anyway, let's float on under. Okay. Step by step. Oh, wow. Just like 1 pixel over. Yeah, we're definitely approaching about 3 hours in this level at this point, but that's okay. I mean, I thought it would probably be a bit of a commitment. I didn't expect this much, perhaps, but it was kind of hard to tell from very limited data on the existing clear in time. Where you see 2 clears with a 3-minute 30 time, and you think to yourself going in, well, is it a lengthy time because there aren't many clears and people haven't really pushed it, or is it something else? It turns out it's something else. Turns out you do just need to ride this out in a single segment, and you just need to be awfully consistent about it, which we can do. But, yeah. You can kind of see the blades fall onto the tracks as you spawn them in certain positions as well. Which is why you have that directional reversal on some of them. On the way back as well. With the way things are being loaded in off screen. Yeah, because more blades start dropping onto the tracks at some point, and things remain loaded. Almost at the turnaround. Alright, let's punch it. If this would kindly like to give me power. Yeah, we need to stand a little further away from the blaster and spawn it quickly. Whoa, look at what a close shave. This is turning out to be... Didn't leave myself enough room to jump. I needed to jump earlier before it hit the end of the track. But we were standing so close, it was really difficult to position that properly. Anyway, together we ride. Yeah, still need to look around some of this variation we see from one attempt to the next. Hopefully this gives me enough room to sneak under. There we go. Just ride it out a bit further. a lot of this, you know, very relaxed jumps is just pure consistency, and I'm totally blowing it on the simple stuff. I do far too often. Like the midpoint here is about 130 seconds in. And of course the blue beetles are faster on the way back, which is why it's a little over the halfway point in terms of time. If you think about the current clear record, that is sitting at around 3:30. And yeah, it's that change in scrolling speed on the way in as well that's manipulating a lot of these patterns. Oh, no, 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 no. I knew at that point, like, there was a moment when I realized, okay, no, I don't have the position for that. I really need to keep track of where I'm standing when I scroll that in. Because there's too much inconsistency. Like, we need a very well-defined spot to stand on as we approach that segment, or this will just not get done. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh. I was just momentarily distracted by the fact that in my local Twitch browser window that doesn't seem to be up to date with the follows. But thank you regardless. Like, I'm not visibly doing much better than I was in the early attempts. Just because the jumps themselves were not that hard to begin with. But it's a lot of the visualization of where to go and when to go. That is proving to be the real sticking point here. Yeah, particularly with the speed on the blue fuzzies on the way back, that's what's getting me into trouble with that segment as well. The speed changes throwing me off slightly. Anyway, let's stand over here. And we'll not lose to the simple stuff, but we can avoid it. I almost lost this. Well, okay, now we did lose to the simple stuff. I was just thrown off for a moment by something I did too late there, and then that just completely threw me off of the intended path. Things can fall apart really quickly sometimes. Really, really quickly. Anyway. This actually does remind me of the swinging fuzzy segment in Champions Road. For some reason. I mean, it's the same kind of interaction, just in 2D. And in a level that is similarly quite lengthy to get through. Okay, getting there. At least getting through the first half. Yeah, unexpectedly the hardest level in the set. But I think it has clearly earned that distinction at this point. Wow. Almost a miss. I think the visualization is slipping a little bit here. Which is not a good state to be in if we mean to push on ahead. Okay, this pattern will work this time. Yes, good. Now what about the next one? If we're like standing back. Then this time we need to go over for sure. Good. Yeah, I need to act decisively there. We'll make it over this one too. Okay. Now here comes some of the theoretically simpler stuff. Let's mind a jump height. And this one is, well, there it goes. Snuck under. Okay. Oh, here's a choke point right here. Pow, let's hit it. Whack it, let's go. Any other complications? Complications, so we're going to get it. Assuming no issues, we got it. That's the finish. Yeah. We just needed that one breakthrough. With the back and forth horizontal segment, and that was it. Took about 3 hours, but that is clear number 3. Look at that world record. Not that we were pushing it very hard at the end there. I suppose it depends on how long you wait for the POW at the end as well. You know, whether you stand out of the way to spawn the POW as quickly as possible, and then, of course, whether you jump up to the pipe nice and early. Not a tight record by any means, but who knows? Maybe it'll hold. Alright, world record. We have 2 levels left. We're doing them. They're going to be a bit of a different experience, I think, given that this one is at about 10%. And so is this. 9% each, I guess. Let's run them and let's get out of here. Yeah, between the disconnection and the grind and everything, I guess we just bled everyone dry over the course of that one, but we got it. Scored the time in the meantime. And anyway, we're going to see some Yoshi eggs in this one, which is always interesting to see from RagnarokX, given that we already did have this little Yoshi egg trick level here with Save Mario, and of course, in terms of his Maker 2 output, I associate him quite closely with the Great Egg Robbery, which was this Yoshi egg juggling level that was in 4YMM. Oh, what was this? Yeah, a lot of these were April 2017 all at once. After a bit of a break after this one. So yeah, this 2017 output, we're going to finish with it today as soon as we can. So let's see Garden of the Hunted Eggs. Anyway, now that we've sufficiently put everybody to sleep, we can have a relaxed experience here. Look at this egg just sitting here in the car that's in the stationary position because it's being bounced. That's really neat. And so, you can bounce it, but then it drops out and you get the key. Oh, interesting. I actually kind of wonder, because we just entered this door right away, I wonder if there was anything accessible in this area. I guess you could try to go up the tree, and lose that. But can't really proceed much further from here, I think. We're going to scan around anyway in case you get a mole jump or something. But probably we're going to need a Yoshi somewhere. And yeah, you can definitely see a certain continuity with some of the Yoshi tech that is in the Maker 2 level that I was talking about. And so we just run around and grab the eggs, and it's not going to matter at all to the 2 Yoshi limit. Oh, on the semi-solid here, that's okay. Yeah, it's a coin hunt, and then we go back. Probably we can enter this pipe. Takes you to checkpoint. So yeah, it's a non-linear exploration collectathon level. Just with this very unique mechanic here. I kind of remember this now, I think. Or at least I played a level that had a very similar format. Maybe not with this mechanic specifically. I feel like we need to do something else to bump it, like maybe that fire flower on the other side. The issue is not that I'm big, the issue is that I'm just colliding, so we need to knock it out. Yeah, I have the vaguest memory of playing either this or something very much like this before, in terms of the tree structures here acting as the gates. If I'm correct... No, that's not it. No, it wouldn't be, of course. I am thinking of maybe either using a hat or something else as a form of displacement. Gotta watch out for the spikes here. And Killer Dragon, welcome. As you can see, we're not running one of the 2 remaining Team 0% levels last time I checked. We struggled enough with regular old 3rd clear in the level we played just before this one. But of course we've been following that quite closely as a spectator, just to, see people who actually are capable players in this game do their best work. And I wonder if you can do it with a shell, actually. Let's go back over and see. I mean, given the uniqueness of the setup, I just don't know exactly what the interaction will be, so... Let's drop and pick up. Can we pop it in? Yeah. Because you just need a coin, you don't actually need the egg. So that's perfectly fine. It is perfectly okay to just get that. And grab as many mushrooms as you can. Wherever possible, we should have gone for the safe one, but... I think in general, most of these give you mushrooms. It's a very generous level, it's gentle. We need to watch out for the checkpointing. Yeah, and then this is also going to be a shell throw of some sort. Because if it bounces back, then it'll go towards the note block. Collecting the coin over there. Muncher's gonna get that off. Oops. So yeah. Oh, I suppose this was uploaded in April as though it were a literal Easter egg hunt. I don't remember when Easter was in 2017, obviously, but... I wouldn't be surprised if this were just explicitly meant to be Easter themed. Let's get Yoshi to just grab more eggs. And due to 2 Yoshi limit, it's not going to get you much more than that. We can climb the tree. See if there's anything accessible from up here. 1 coin remains. Now this is a coin hunt from the same checkpoint segment. I wonder if we can just take a Yoshi out with us back to the first segment and see if there's something there. Because I feel like we didn't really comb that exhaustively on this side. And there's a lot we haven't seen. Like over here. Okay, that's the key. Can we enter? No. Alright, let's punch in the key and see where we go. In case you want to do any of this. Oh, whoops, no. Oh, lost Yoshi. That's okay. I meant to drop him there anyway. Just been trying to pop this to see if we can just sneak in here and see if we can do anything with that. Not going to be a semi-solid trap or anything. This is much too clever for that. But it is going to be a wall and just a pipe entry. What a drop. And yeah, this lattice semi-solid stacking, that's such a RagnarokX trademark. Oh, here's a boss fight. Just a dodge with mushrooms slowly paced across the bottom as a bit of a safety measure. That's something we've noticed about several of the fights in this level set. Knock out the eggs as well. Very nice. And then, what do we use the fire car for? Do we just fly back up? Oh, try to hit How, I guess. But then, not really within range to break anything. Oh, I guess we just exit, yeah. Alright. Wonder what the POW was all about then. Because it certainly didn't seem like I could break it from where I was standing. But one-way panels just work differently in this game, so... yeah, until I'm told otherwise, I will assume that was meant to be an Easter egg hunt. Yeah, very interesting way of just keeping the eggs in place. Just getting an egg on screen and keeping it in egg form in a stationary fashion just by freezing the clown car. And that the clown car jitter still contributed to this illusion of the egg remaining static in the egg holder, the egg cup, I suppose. The Dr. Eggman. Anyway, this is the last one here. Endless escalation. Look at these three-dimensional steps. That looks so incredibly fancy here. And yeah, this will be the finale of this set today, and that's going to take us into 2017, late April 2017. Let's see just how three-dimensional it looks. And, oh, you know what? We should have just looked at the boo. Why didn't we just do the sensible thing? I remember this one, actually. Yeah, like I said, I played most of this profile before. And... oh, I see. It's actually a kind of stair climbing level. Well, let's try to move the boo out of the way. Just... there's going to be a particular method to it. I do remember beating this once upon a time. I don't remember how I did it. Whoops. That's a reference? Oh, to the Mario 64 stairs, right? This is totally the Mario 64 infinite staircase, right? If I'm reading this correctly. Particularly with the music. Oh, let's move the boo out of the way. Oh, not so successful here. Yeah, it took me a moment to realize that it's a Mario 64 staircase, in spite of the fact that it's really obvious to me now. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, just holding right and spamming jump doesn't appear to be the way. I feel like we've got to do a little better here. Whoops. Hitting the wrong button on the gamepad here. Yeah, there's a particular pattern for it, I think. I mean, it's a fairly high clear rate. It can't be that difficult to approach. Yeah, we just need to find a rhythm for it. We almost got it. But there's a particular rhythm we're trying to hit. Or just, you know, back into it like you would in Mario 64, perhaps. Oh yeah, you see, it's not that bad. Yeah, we can even jump over the flagpole and hit the door. Can we? Yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah, because this is the Bowser door. That's all it is. And it bumps you down the steps. Because you're going to grab the flagpole and it's just going to kick you down the steps again. I bet. Or, well, not that far, but, you know. It's going to die you. Anyway. So yeah, neat little single concept here. That is actually kind of a nice way to finish. Nowhere near the world record, of course. Anyway, if you're looking at the 1 hour counter or so on the stream right now, it's because we had a disconnection earlier. I had actually been running about, I think, close to 5 hours today. 3 of which were this level. But we earned it. And that's it for RagnarokX. That's 100% on this profile, and we did manage to get through everything, so really great experience to finally clear all of this on stream. And like I said, I had played much of the profile before many years ago because I was familiar with these levels quite early on, but I don't think we had beaten any of the harder content previously, so it's nice to go back to this and finally tidy up some unfinished business with levels like this one and the spiny tingling fortresses yesterday as well. Also just seeing this whole style come together in so many different respects. Anyway, Ash Ketchum, welcome. I'm actually just about to log off. We had a disconnection earlier, so I've actually been on for about 5 hours total, and we need to fix up the video edit or something afterwards and see just how bad the disconnection was. But regardless, we cleared the profile. I'm quite happy with it. We will be back with more Maker 1 between now and the disconnection. It will be a much more easy-going experience, and the level grind for the 2 remaining clears available to Team 0%, I'm sure. But we wish the people working on those the best of luck. And we're going to pass you folks over to somewhere else at this point. Thank you once again for the big raid from Mice Run Fest earlier today that gave our audience a bit of a boost. Thank you especially to RagnarokX, the creator of these levels, for dropping by and hanging out today, and also for anybody who stayed past the disconnection earlier. The viewership and the conversation in general are all much appreciated. We had a blast. There will be a lot more Maker 1 coming, and it'll be pretty much the only thing I run between now and the shutdown, I think, and then after that we'll be getting back to Maker 2 in a big way. Beginning with Super Boom Boom World, which launched today. Thanks for watching. We're going to find a destination to pass you off to next. And as always, have a wonderful time with anything you may be playing or making or spectating or otherwise experiencing in your own preferred way. And above all, fare thee well.